I don't feel like I have to broadcast it within my relationship, but I'm human, and I think I should have room and freedom to be human. And my husband is too. So I know I'm not the only woman on this earth in his eyes.
I feel like
you acknowledge that, huh?
Yeah, I'm sure there are a lot of, why wouldn't I?
I mean, they have eyes, so I feel like
trying to
not
catch me out?
saying it or not admitting it, saying like, I only see you, you're the only person I think is attractive, that's just lying. So I feel like this is actually a good form of honesty in my relationship. I feel like my boyfriend beats me to the punch on it. Like, he'll walk around and if like an attractive guy walks by, he'll go, that was an attractive man.
Yeah.
All right,
do you think he's feeling you out to see what maybe you're attracted to?
Maybe, or I think he's just making sure that I know that that's an attractive person and it's okay.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure.
I do it with men and
healthy.
women. I do it with men and women. Like a great looking person, I love to look at them.
Yeah, but I guess, look, I subscribe to what you guys do too. I think a lot of people watching are like, yeah, Kristen, I think that's normal. But we do know those relationships that a man or a woman in that relationship doesn't feel comfortable because they're fighting insecurities in their partner and they don't want to bestow upon them this feeling of pressure that they got to compete with maybe that person you see walking across the restaurant that you find attractive. So I do know those relationships, and there's a lot of them that exist. I just think it's a very sharp tell of what kind of relationship you're in.
And now it's digital.
You can't be honest.
And now it's digital. So I hear so many people that I know talking about like, oh, well, he was liking this girl's picture on Instagram.
That would upset me.
You know, really?
But what's the difference?
Why?
What's the difference? It's acknowledging attraction.
Because it feels sneakier that way. It feels like you're doing this and I'm not seeing you do it. Versus if you just tell me, I'm like, oh yeah, I could see that. She is really pretty. I want to know her secrets. How does she do her makeup? How does she do her hair?
But that's not secretive. That's public. Like you could see who likes what on social media.
But I'm not following shirtless guys holding puppies, liking their photos all the time.
But maybe
okay,
you
maybe
should be.
Sounds like a new Instagram page that should be out there. Shirtless guys
exists.
and their dogs. No, I think ultimately, the baseline statement, what I gathered from what Kristen Bell was saying there is, open, honest communication always wins.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
even if you're like, hey, I could see myself being really attracted to that person, it's not the thing that necessarily the partner wants to hear. But again, you win with being open, honest, and communicating. I think at that point, you can't go wrong, right?
Absolutely.
This is crazy, right?
Do you have to get paid to be classified as a professional
I
cuddler?
can't believe this is a thing.
Can I just say I am?
You have to have a license and get a certification. I don't know.
Would you guys show up for something like this?
No, I would not show up for something like this unless I could hand pick my.
See, that's the thing. This only works if it's somebody that you want to be near or be around. Like, it doesn't work if you're like, if it's an icky person to you or a non-attractive person to you.
But isn't that kind of like how it's the same idea? I feel like as you're talking there, it's like the nude beach. Like everybody's like, oh, I can't wait to go see naked people at the nude beach. You know who you see at the nude beach? The nude beach.
That is
the
true.
people that you don't want to see naked.
That is
So that's
true.
probably going to be the case at this Cuddle Expo. However, if I were a single guy, not gonna lie, I might check it out.
Sure it is.
Just to see what it's about. It sounds like a fun adventure. I would check that out if I were in that
Also,
position.
I feel like if you're not getting a lot of human touch in your life, it might be really nice. Maybe some people are just at home playing video games alone, and they're just like, look, I have limited time. I will fork over a couple dollars to get some cuddles. And then you know what? They're releasing oxytocin. Like, they feel healthier. Maybe it is a good thing.
I read this, you guys. You need at least 15 to 20 hugs a day, and I read that will make you. Yeah, it is a lot, isn't it? But I read that it will make you a happier person, like you said, releasing those oxytocin levels in the brain, and so that it's healthy to have those hugs. So it might be a better.
14 more to go.
Oh,
there you go.
Yeah.
Carly, come on in.
I was like, am I getting one too? What's happening over here?
Got 14 more for the
It
day.
might be something to pay for. You know, it might help you with your life.
I guess I just feel like this thing could really. There's got to be somebody who shows up that goes rogue, that has the wrong intention with this thing. Is like, hey, perversion is what I think of with something like this. Like, it could go the other way. It sounds good. I hate to be that person, but how do you enforce this thing? I think it could go crazy.
I am protective of my space. Like, I try to watch who I invite in, even, you know,
I hate
who I'm
cuddling
spending
at night.
time with.
I hate cuddling at night in bed, and I
try to
love
watch
my
who I'm
significant
spending
other.
time with, let alone people that touch me.
Like, after I've shared intimacy or given her a kiss goodnight, she's laying on me. All I'm thinking is, this is really uncomfortable. I'm not going to be able to fall asleep in this position. I don't like how my neck is right here. So the idea of an expo, it doesn't entice me. I'm just being honest.
You won't see Jordan there. Yes, millennials. Not all we do is eat avocado toast. We are actually smart, and we actually do have some of it figured out.
Yeah, they're saying the divorce rate is down 18% amongst
amazing.
millennials. I think that is awesome. And those reasons that they gave for justifying why people why the divorce rate is down, people getting married a little later, people waiting to have children, people not getting married at all. I think those are all good reasons. I just hope the sanctity of marriage is something that is still held on to. And obviously I'm married, so I like to encourage other people. I know it's not for everybody, but it's the institution that builds families. It's the institution that builds societies and helps heal a nation and heal a people. So I'm pro-marriage and I'm pro-kids and pro-family.
She's trying to convince me to get married.
But no, I mean, for me, it is that deep. Like, that's the type of commitment that I took with my husband. For me, it's definitely that deep.
For me, like, I'm in a committed relationship. I live with my partner. We've been together for 6 years. But for me, it doesn't really make that much sense to get married. You know, I feel like for a lot of people, it is really important, especially for their families. I'm sure my mom would love for me to get married. But at this point, I don't know. It doesn't seem like something that I have to do. I certainly am not eager to spend the average American wedding cost, which is like $35,000. It always ranges between $30,000 and $40,000. Like, that is a huge investment, and I feel like people do want to spend that if they're going to actually go all out and do the wedding, and they're like, it's a reflection
Girl,
of me.
I'll take you
and
right
I'm just
on
like,
down to that courthouse, okay? We'll sign you up for free. I'll pay for the license.
Oh, perfect.
And I think what we're showing here is kind of the mindset. I mean, for a various amount of reasons, whereas parents before us, it was almost society forced it upon you. Like, a lot of people were married with kids in 21, 22, 23. Whereas now you've got people waiting because they don't maybe believe in the institution. Maybe they don't feel financially like they're able to do it. They don't feel those societal pressures anymore. They want to chase their career. I think it's a skewed statistic, because I think if you polled every millennial wedding or marriage, and compared them with non-millennials, I think the divorce rate would be the same. I just think they have a lower rate because they're not stepping into the institution. I think they're avoiding it.
In general.
Yeah, I don't even think it matters if they wait to do it. I think they're still faced with the same issues, if not more now, which probably leads to a higher divorce rate. Think about social media.
I guess
think
it
about
depends on how you look at it.
How you communicate. I just think it's more set up for millennials to fail within marriage, unfortunately. I just think they're refusing to do it, and I think that's why the number looks
I think that,
how
like,
it
we
does.
wait longer to make those serious commitments. So I don't know. People do so much growing in their 20s. It seems crazy to me to get married when they're fresh, very young. But anyway.